The Brooklyn Nets coming into the building and looking sharp, and they hope to be sharp on the court, too, as they get ready to go to work on the road. And the game arrivals sponsored by Express. Dress like a pro. The tall buildings of downtown Boston lighting up the nighttime sky. Hi, and welcome, everyone, here on 2K Sports. Can't wait to get some NBA action going. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. Also joining us from the sidelines, David Aldridge. Hey, Dave.
Well, the maturity and poise of a young Jason Tatum has often been talked about. Maybe that's because his parents prepared him for the NBA from an early age in St. Louis. They had pretend press conferences using a hairbrush as the microphone. As you can say, he's been groomed for this, and it's paying off. Guys?
Yeah, they dotted every I and crossed every T. David, thank you. So the Nets starting five. They've got Cowboy, Jay out there with Irving. Then there's Jay, and it's KD in at the 3 slot. And for the Celtics, the closer is out there with the bodyguard. Then there's Jason Tatum. Then there's Jay, and it's Blackman in at the 5. Boris, what are you going to be watching about these two teams who seem to be strong up front?
Yeah, I think certainly both have guys with size who also bring incredible skill to the game. And it's really hard to win this league without at least one elite player at one of the front court positions.
It'll be the Nets off the tip. Snatched away. Jay, the pass to Blackman. First shot, first miss. He's out of the blocks fast.
And I'll bet that's what they talked about before the game. Getting the ball inside.
The kick out to Irving. It's picked off. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Kevin Durant. Boston shooting their first shot from the stripe in this game.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
First free throw is good. Both good from the line that time.
Well, think about the Nets' Kenny Atkinson, a finalist last season for NBA Coach of the Year. This young coach got a well-deserved contract extension, and what I love is his team competes at a high level every night.
Jay, the pass to Tatum. There's the closer. There's 3 corners off the mark.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Passes it to Irving. Scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts. And Doris, you think about how hard this Brooklyn team competes. I think they take right after their head coach.
I don't think there's any doubt, Kevin. Coach Atkinson is still willing to get on the court and jump into drills with his players. Let's remember, going back to the early days of his career, he was a player development coach. And before that, yes, he even played. That effort and willingness to break a sweat very much reflected in his group.
Now Irving, after Jason Tatum missed on that last 3-pointer. And looks like the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
Now here's Tatum. Here's the closer. Nice D from Durant. And so it's Katie with it. He brings up the ball for the Nets. And that one, no good to start him off on the night. There's the closer. Knocks down the three ball. The closer's got 5.
Well, the first thought from the D there was to protect the rim, so good idea to take the 3 in transition.
Here's Irving. Here's Jay. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
And to me, Greg, this is a common theme that's running through the league right now. Guys looking to leak out rather than box out.
So the Celtics call timeout. They're first. And a whole new group out on the floor for the Celtics. Brooklyn making some changes. If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Here's the pass to T. Outside, Pierce. Outside for Thomas. Boston, no good that time either. Brooklyn trailing. Well, last season for sure, Greg, a bit of a journey for DeAndre Jordan as he went from the Mavericks to the Knicks before his free agency. Now he is a part of Brooklyn.
And both KD and Kyrie took pay cuts to get Jordan on board. Still a factor with his size and defense, despite a lackluster year in 2019. Fans are hoping he can find his magic and be a force once again.
Well, the versatility he possesses makes him a very tough cover, guys.
43 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Allen's shot is off.
And you know, you can't impact a shot that close any better than he did on that possession.
Boy, whether he blocks it or simply alters it, the result is pretty much the same.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
So it's Brooklyn now, following the three-pointer by Boston. Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Rebounded by the Celtics.
Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range, you've got to defend with everything you've got. A tremendous job defensively. You know, a guy with that size from the downtown three-point area, no chance for a defender to alter that shot.
That shot off, and so it's Boston in control with the 9-point lead to end the quarter. Defensively, they have had their sights set on Kevin Durant, and they've done a terrific job holding him in check. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And this team has shown their toughness and determination, and Kyrie Irving talks about what he sees in his teammates.
What's going to separate us is how close we are, and when we're in the trenches together, I'm looking to my left and to my right and knowing that these guys have my back.
They certainly do.
This team has assembled some hard-nosed, unselfish players. No better group for Irving to surround himself with.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And what do you guys think about Boston here in this one?
Guys, I love their defense in that first period. They were in position and just challenging shots.
Well, I think they combined great intelligence with great effort, and you can see the results.
So for Brooklyn now, Jay out there with Spencer Dinwiddie. And there's Jared Allen. Then it's G, and it's Jordan in at the center position. G, no good. Celtics leading by 11. Here's the pass to T. To the inside. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Pass to G. And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
How about battling through the impact there and then willing that basketball?
And he's got his first chance at the line here. Some changes for Boston. Bodyguards checked in for Pierce. Brown comes in for the Beast. And Jay subbed in for Walker. And a new group in for the Nets. Jay's checked in for Jordan. Cowboy comes in for Jared Allen. LeVert's checked in for Spencer Dinwiddie. And Mr. Moves subbed in for Jay. Free throw good from G. We hear this a lot, Doris. The great offense always beats great defense. Think that's true?
I do, Kevin. I think obviously a defender is usually in reactionary mode. It's the rare defender who is dictating to the offensive player what they want to happen. So imagine trying to impact LeBron James as he's playing in the open floor with a head of steam. Like, good luck with that.
And there's the pass to Jay. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
This is his first trip to the line tonight. And he knocks down the first one. Enes Kanter's checked in for Thomas. And the Nets also making a change. Durant's checked in. Good on both.
This is about the last guy you want to send to the stripe right now. They keep fouling him, and he keeps making them.
Jay, the pass to T. Shot clock at 6. Misses from short range.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
We call that a great contest. You know this is something he brings to the table, the ability to anchor your defense.
Austin with the ball. After the miss from KD. Here's the bodyguard on target from 13 feet. The bodyguard's got his first points of the night.
And knocking down shots in the mid-range area really forces teams to have to adjust their defense.
Well, the truth is, though, he's tall enough to get that off against anyone.
Tatum, he's checked in for the Celtics.
Checking in for the Celtics, Jason Tatum.
And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter.
This guy's such a good all-around player. Karis LeVert sharpening his court awareness and finding his open teammates.
Boston leading by 6.
Well, think back to Karis LeVert's career at Michigan. It was marred by 3 foot surgeries in just 22 months. And obviously, the medical red flags caused his draft stock to dip. But credit the Nets, who picked him up with the 20th pick back in 2016.
Brooklyn with the ball. After Jaylen Brown's three-pointer that didn't go. 6 to shoot. This is it to Jay. That's good. Nice assist from Durant. And now just a 4-point Celtic lead.
Listen, this guy is far from just a scorer. Kevin Durant loves to share the basketball.
And the call will be against Karis LeVert. That is his first foul of the game. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Right side to Walker. Drills the elbow jumper. And the Celtics lead by 6.
You got to shadow Walker. His mid-range game is on point.
Here's Jay. Great D that time from Tatum. The Celtics have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Walker the pass to Kanter. And Kanter throws it down.
And they are very comfortable running their offense through Walker. And you can see why. Drops a sick dime right there. That pass was right on the money.
6-second difference between shot and game clock. That's it, and the Celtic lead is cut down to 6 and the bucket from Jay.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Now Walker. Jacks up a 3.
with some determination. Is Kevin Durant capable on the offensive end? Yes, but the defense as spectacular.
That'll do it for the first half. It's the Celtics leading by 6. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with head coach Brad Stevens. Coach, what did you think was the main edge you had?
Well, I thought defensively we were a lot better, and then that led to some offense. But obviously, we're playing a bunch of skilled guys, and we're able to spread the floor, and that's helpful.
You have to make them work at both ends. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, and let's talk the first half. Out in front of the half is Boston. They have the 6-point lead. Kenny, what do you think?
Well, they made a concerted effort to get out on the fast break. Dunks, alley-oops, run the lanes, had every opportunity, and it's wearing the defense down.
And over to Shaq. What do you think about Brooklyn?
Well, they had no consistency on the defensive end. It looked like they were building confidence, and then boom, turn up the volume. A series of bad plays. They're giving up way too many good looks.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take it down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel. Joel, what up?
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Really an incredible game from team.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
Celtics leading by 6. Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the court right now for the Celtics. They've got the closer, Jay, out there with Jason Tatum. Then it's the bodyguard, and it's Blackman in its center.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And boy, to have someone back there who can erase your mistakes, what a big-time asset defensively.
A nice shot by Irving. Irving's got 6 points. Doris, there are these players whose wingspans exceed their height by 6 inches or more. They're called +6. It's kind of a new term. Talk about that with the scouts look into those numbers.
Well, one of the things you like to have in a defensive player is length and versatility along with that length. So guys who maybe their size lists them at one thing, but that length enables them to guard a little bit difficult. Guys like Kawhi Leonard, Draymond Green, Montrezl Harrell, all of those guys might be listed a certain size, Kevin, but boy, their length is problematic and makes them such exceptional defensive players.
In transition, here come the Nets. Here's Jay. A rebound by the Celtics. The bodyguard's got 4 rebounds now tonight. To the left wing. Lets it go with the 3. And he's good on the 3-ball. The bodyguard's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, more and more you see big men working on the outside shot, and this guy has one of the better ones in the league.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, one of the things that the NBA has been forward-thinking about is always accepting new ideas. And they've got a bunch of them on the table in recent weeks. A mid-season tournament, postseason play-in tournament, maybe even reducing the 82-game regular season schedule. Now, all of these would be very bold moves, but Commissioner Adam Silver has always demonstrated a willingness to think outside the box. Kevin?
Great assessment, good report. Thank you so much. for the Nets. Jared Allen's checked in for Jay. G comes in for Kevin Durant. Spencer Dinwiddie's checked in for Jay. And Jay subbed in for Irving. Pass to Cowboy. Nets passing it around. Inside, Jay. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Jay, the pass to Thomas. Here's the bodyguard. He's got 5. Here's Charles. And it's sent back by Allen.
Boy, you've got to watch those long arms of Jared Allen. Twice on the pipe. Send it back.
Dinwiddie passes to Cowboy. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, great. He can get up a few notches higher. Bobbed up there for Thomas. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. He bobs up the alley-oop pass. It's deflected. 1:15 left in the third quarter. Jay, the pass to Thomas. Beautiful reverse move. And the Celtics lead by 5.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Now here's Dinwiddie. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. For the 3. That shot off the mark. And the Celtics going the other way now. T, the pass to Thomas. Here's Charles. Shoots over Dinwiddie. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
Boston shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
Charles. The other line shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. And some changes here for the Celtics. Brown is checked in for the bodyguard. And it's Kemba Walker in for T. And then for Brooklyn, DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Cowboy. Karis LeVert comes in for Spencer Dinwiddie. And Mr. Moves subbed in for Jay. That's also good. So he hits both free throws. Nets trail by 7. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Mr. Moves, guarded by Walker. Now here's LeVert, still looking for his first bucket in this one. It's hauled in by Bryant.
And his defense so valuable. When he can bobble that shot at the rim.
Boy, you see the effort, you see the range. This guy prides himself in his ability to shut you down.
And so it's the Boston Celtics. Bring the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They've played the better game so far, but their work is far from over. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, this is why, Greg, great point guard play is so critical in today's NBA. And you see it right there on display.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks, as always, for joining us. On the court for the Nets, getting the fourth quarter going. We've got LeVert. Jordan is out there with Durant. And there's Mr. Moves. And it's G in at small forward. Here's Mr. Moves, guarded by Walker. Chalk up 2 there.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Celtics leading by 5. Got a piece of it, and stolen by Jordan. Here's Mr. Moves. From the stripe, and he connects with the jumper.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time, Fred. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
And here's Walker. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan. Nets trail by 3. And the 10 by Kevin Durant.
Well, Kevin, the to-do list when you're trying to guard Kevin Durant is long, and he's used that added strength to power through contact.
Celtics making a switch here. Tatum's checked in. Then for the Nets, Jay's checked in for Jordan. Jay comes in for Karis LeVert. And Irving subbed in for Mr. Moves. Drops. He ties it up.
You know, Kevin Durant is an absolute nightmare for defenses. And if you're the opposing coach and he starts to take over, you've got to be thinking, what am I going to do with this guy?
And Walker kicks to Thomas. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Boy, when it's this close, you try not to give up these kinds of buckets. Boy, you got to be better defensively.
Here's Irving. No good off the back of the rim. Boston's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. KD drives in. Trying to get open is Irving.
You have to respect Kevin Durant's ability to pick up fouls, and I love seeing him drive with authority.
He makes the first. Bodyguards checked in for Thomas. Cowboys checked in for the Nets. Durant nails both of them.
Tremendous job at the line as usual. You can always bank on him in those situations.
Here's the closer, defended by Durant. Here's the closer. A rebound by the Nets. Durant feeling it out a bit. Deflects the pass. A minute 42 left in the fourth quarter. There's the closer. Pass to Blackman. Here's the closer. Another shot. And right on target with the switch.
That's one of those clutch shots he's known for. When the pressure is high, he seems to be the most locked in.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Here's Jay. It's blocked. Now the fast break. Tatum with the ball. And slam dunk by Tatum.
Well, Jason Tatum in a big moment. He is unafraid.
Timeout called the Nets. They're trailing by 4. 1:12 left here in the fourth quarter. And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, the bodyguard.
And his percentage from the field tonight seems almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Even during that last break, I heard Kenny Atkinson talking with his team. He told them they have to keep fighting. He said, hey, look, we're right here, but we can't make mistakes. We got to be aggressive and smart. Back to you guys.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Greg, to me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
Now a timeout called by Boston. They're up by 2. 51 seconds left in the game. Here's the closer. 43 seconds left in the fourth. The kick out to Walker. It drops. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
So they foul intentionally. Now a timeout called by Boston. They're in front by 4. 29 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And they go to the intentional foul. He drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Well, it's about the little details. Capitalize at the free throw line, add to your lead.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. They trail by 6. We've got 28 seconds left to play here in the fourth. We've got 28 seconds left to play in the final quarter.
Oh, just a picture-perfect alley-oop. You gotta love that one, Kevin.
A little surprised, Greg. He didn't go for the big slam, but it works just the same. And now we've got the intentional foul. So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game. And it's Irving with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. Can't nail the jumper. And an intentional foul right there.
That's his third personal foul. At the line for the Celtics, Kemba Walker will be at the line shooting 2.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second.
And you always know what you're going to get from Walker from the line. He's been a solid, consistent free throw shooter his entire career.
So he comes up empty, missing both. The pass to Jay. From deep three-point range, nails the tray. And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game.
He hits the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 5-point game.
Well, what a performer this guy is. Game is on the line. He stands up and delivers.
So it's the Celtics picking up the win. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
And for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group has in one another when it matters most. Doing what had to be done and to send these fans home happy.
And that about wraps it up. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.